Hey, it's Eric with Premier Pack, in edition of Devine Talks Dogs. I want to talk about use of the crate. One of the conversations I had with somebody recently, they were really turned off by the idea of having to incorporate a crate into their training, or even when their dog would stay with me during training. They said, well, people have been training their dogs for hundreds of years without crates. We're not going to do that. Okay, well, is that really a valid argument? Now, when you think back even a few decades, definitely a generation ago, relationships were a lot more different with dogs than they are now, weren't they? Remember how common dog houses were? You get your dog, you get a dog house, right? You don't see many dog houses anymore. Why? Because people have their dogs in the home with them. It's a different relationship than it used to be. Dogs used to be for a job, they would work. They were outside, they'd be roaming the property, fenced or chained up. They weren't the welcome house guest or member of their family like people want them to be now. And that requires a greater level of management. Enter the crate. Okay? So you have to remember, if you want this dog to be part of your family in the crate, you have to allow some management for the dog. This is an animal you're inviting into your home, right? So if you're going to do that, you have to be able to have a means to be able to teach them how to live in your human household. Now, dogs left on their own will get into a certain amount of mischief. They make messes. The house training, potty training is a big issue. They may destroy furniture, may act inappropriately around people. So many times I hear the stories about people who want to rehome their dog, surrender their dog, sometimes even euthanize their dog because of how hard it is to live with their dog, when management through a crate would be a game changer, would just be a huge difference. This is especially the case when you bring in a new dog to your home, whether it be a fresh new 8-week-old puppy or an adult rescue dog, or even you're watching a friend's dog. You bring it into your home. Well, you got to have a means to manage that animal and show them how to appropriately live in your house. Now, this does not mean that it's going to be a forever thing, because dogs will learn eventually how to act appropriately, but management is important, especially in those first weeks or months. So have a different perspective on the use of the crate. It's not cruel. I've heard it said that dogs have the mental capacity of like a toddler. You would never think about leaving a toddler home unattended. You would never think about going to bed for the night and leaving your toddler in the living room to fend for itself, to choose where it's going to sleep for the night. Right? You put it in a room, you put it in a playpen, you put it in a crib. This is the same thing with dogs. That crate is their room. That's their safe place. That's their secure place. And until they can realize how to live with you without the trouble, they haven't earned the freedom to just roam freely yet. And it's a game changer and can cause so much of the difficulties you're having to be done away with. Okay? Eric with Premier Pack. I'll talk to you later.